Okay, we're recording. Go ahead.
Well, welcome everybody to this Saturday edition of our training call. Actually, some formats are going to change from the schedule of calls that we've been doing, but we'll talk about that as we get through this call. First, I want to just welcome everybody, everybody who's tuning in. We have had an amazing week. If you were able to tune into our live stream, you will have seen tons of energy, tons of excitement. You will have heard from Lita Hart, our double diamond, Kevin Gazier. We also were able to beam Brig in from Branson, Missouri. So that was all super exciting, but what was really awesome was to see so many people achieving their ranks, becoming Jade. Of course, Chris King is one of those who became a Jade. Many Jades were created, and several Pearls were created. And a person that was created that same night, but after our live stream, I'll just go ahead and give a shout-out to right now, and of course you'll see it on Facebook as well, and that is Jimmy Nichols from Mount Airy, North Carolina. So we're starting to pop some pins all over the place. So congratulations to everybody who is doing the work that it takes to win. We just got to keep doing the same things over and over, and we will get the results that we are shooting for. What I want to open with right now is just as we are growing our business and more people are getting out there now to not only share the juice, but to gather in their homes and do tasting parties, we want to focus on a culture that we are creating, and that will apply to our team calls and tasting parties. One of the things that I think a lot of us, probably get tired of when we're on calls is the amount of time that we waste getting into the call. And I learned a long time ago that through network marketing, I've been in network marketing now. January will be my 20th year of active participation in network marketing. So one of the things that I learned is we have a tendency to that all of the calls and things that we will do will be recorded. So today's teaching and training call will be recorded, and you can go back and access, like Chris said, whether you missed something today because you tuned in a few minutes late, or you just want to get that additional message down in your spirit, you'll plug it back in, or you will share it with some of your team members who just came on board today or didn't have a chance. So just be advised, we're going to start on time, and we will always have these calls recorded. So with that in mind, I would now like to kick it over to my diamond husband, Tony McKnight.
All right. Thank you, Sherry. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to our new Saturday training call. And I say new because we're going to change up the format a little bit. Saturdays are going to be, from here on out, it's going to be a training call. For the people who've already gotten started and who want to learn a little bit more about how to put this business together and build it, and as Sherry said, we're going to understand that people's time is precious, and we're going to try to make these calls short, sweet, to the point, and then these calls are also going to be archived fairly shortly after the call ends and posted on Facebook and YouTube for R3 Global. So again, welcome everybody to the call. We're very excited. We're from now on, Saturdays is teaching and training. Tuesday nights is going to be an update call. Thursday nights are going to be our opportunity calls. So what I would counsel you guys is for today forward, try not to bring too many of your new people on the Saturday calls because they might get confused, especially if they haven't gotten out of the box. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our presenter for today, Jade Executive, Chris King.
Thank you, sir. All right, so let's get right to it. I'm going to share my screen with you here and push play. Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is I'll kind of give you a little back history on how this started. So as most of y'all probably know, Ron is my sponsor, Ron Perdome. Ron is transitioning his air conditioning business, trying to get out of that and get into this. And he's kind of been involved in the app, and he kind of, gave the reins to me to get in with these other folks and kind of get this thing done like we want it to be done. So the current way that the app is working is about to go away. We're going to change it up just a little bit because here's what I discovered in getting involved in this is I discovered that there's kind of two different views, and what we're going to talk about is the Jeunesse binary, which is the genealogy view, versus the 2x2 matrix, which is the app view. Because what's happening is You've got the Genest binary view over here, the genealogy view, and you've got the app view over here. And what everybody's doing is they're trying to do this, and that's not working. There's two separate entities, and I'm going to bring clarity and help you understand exactly how that works today. Okay, so here we go. Here's what you need to understand. When a new prospect, this is coming soon. As you all know, there's an affiliate program that's coming that's about to be launched. When that happens, when a new prospect gets in, they're going to have to choose their path. They're either going to be a distributor or an affiliate. They'll choose which direction they want to go. Now, a distributor is Genest terminology. That's what they're going to call them. As R3 global folks, our terminology is we're going to call that person a builder. Okay. Now, if they decide that they want to come in as a builder, they've got to choose the path that they want to go there as well. They can be a 2x2 matrix builder, which is the fast way, or they can be what we'll call a freelance builder. I'm not sure that's what we'll actually call them. Brig has some terminology. We won't get into the terminology today. We'll get all that corrected. The whole point of this is to get you to understand the concept behind the 2x2 and the original intention of how it was meant to be done, okay? So coming as a distributor, you're going to pick the path whether you want to be a 2x2 or a freelance. Now, the ultimate goal of the 2x2 is to build bricks. That's the whole purpose. You get in, this ties in with the Star Maker promotion that we've got going on. You get your 2, you become a star. Everybody gets in with a 3 case. So that they can participate in the Star and Star Maker. And then these 2 get their 2, you become a Star Maker. There's bonuses for all of that. So ultimately the brick is what we're trying to do. Now, a person can get in and this is all they have to do. They can get their 2 and they can say, I'm done. I don't want to do anything else. And the matrix should take care of that. You know, they get their 2 get their 2, that's 4. When those 4 get their 2, that's 8, 16, 32, on down the line. It builds out far enough and the money starts coming. 10 levels deep, that's 100,000 a year. 20 levels deep is $1 million a year, as we talk about, as Brig talks about. Now, if you are somebody that wants to go all the way to diamond, there's a little bit more work that has to be done. And so let me show you how that works. The road to diamond starts with making sapphire, which is the foundation to go diamond. And it starts with 12 bricks, okay? Now, don't get caught up in what I'm about to, when I click this button, there's gonna be a whole bunch of pictures that pop up here. So don't get so caught up in that. The main point of this is that you gotta have 12 in order to go diamond. Actually, your 12 have to have 3 personals each, okay? Now, there is an order to the way that these people are put in. And we put our first person on the overflow leg. And again, don't get so caught up in this right now. It is important, but that's not the whole point of what we're doing. So overflow leg, your second person goes in the pay leg, third person pay leg, fourth person pay leg, fifth person overflow, and on down the line, okay? But again, the whole point is, as a builder, if you want to go diamond, you got to have 12 bricks. That's the foundation to get there, okay? Now, let me show you both views and how they work together but separate, okay? This is going to bring clarity. If you're a Star Wars fan, this is going to bring balance to the Force, okay? So the Genest binary, when you get in, this is what it looks like. Here's you've bought your little pack, you show a little present right there, and you're on auto ship, 150 CV. Remember, we all have to do that, 150 CV. In the app view, this is what it looks like. Here's you, and you got your 42-hour clock that starts, okay? Now, when you get your first builder, you're going to put that first builder in the overflow, remember. Your second builder is going to go in the pay leg. All right, now what does that look like over here? Here's your first builder, here's your second builder. You turn green, your clock goes away, their clocks start, and now their 2 positions show up that they have to fill, okay? Now, while the first builder, your first builder, is trying to get their first builder, look what happens. A BFA shows up and they put in an affiliate. Well, what is a BFA? That's a blessing from above. Okay, this is your overflow leg. So there's somebody up here, dropped a person in down before you were able to get your first builder. Now, This is for illustration purposes only. I'm not saying this is going to happen all the time, but it could. And the point is this, is that this Jeunesse binary over here is going to look all funky, okay? Now, what happens when these people show up? What happens over here? Nothing. Why? See what this says? 4 builders only. You've heard Briggs say this, 4 builders only. That's what this view is for. It is for builders only. What we're trying to do, the whole concept of this app view, this matrix, is to show you a perfect build. Okay, we're trying to build this thing 5, 10, 20 levels deep, and we want it built solid with no holes in the matrix. Over here, you could have holes in the matrix. Okay, people drop out. I'm going to show you how all that works in this as well. So the first builder puts his first in right here. So they fall in over here. There's what it looks like in the app view. Okay. Now, while that's going on, the second builder calls his first person and finds out that this guy owns a shop, some kind of health food store or whatever, and he wants to sell it in his shop. He wants to be an affiliate. So we're going to put him in as an affiliate. What happens over here? Nothing. Is he a builder? No, he doesn't go over here. This is for builders only. Okay. Second builder gets their first person. Here's the view. And then they get their second person, turns green, clock goes away. They're done. Okay. First builder gets their second person. Same thing. Goes green, clock goes away. Keep it green. This is brick number 1. Okay. That's your first brick. Now, if you want to keep going, you're going to put in a third builder, right? Well, where does that person go? They go to brick 2. Here's your third builder. 42-hour clock starts, okay? Now, what is this going to look like in the app? Here's brick 1. You've already got it done. You're keeping it green. Here's your third builder, but brick 2, okay? And actually, what this is going to look like in the app is this. Here's brick 1. You're going to swipe left, and brick 2 is going to be right there. Let's do that again. I think that's cool. There's brick 1. Swipe left. There's brick 2. And you can just keep on swiping. It'll go to brick 3, which is your 4th builder. Brick 4, which is your 5th builder. On down the line, all the way to 12. See, this is the simplicity that we wanted in this app. We want it to where we're building bricks, and we need 12 of them to go to Sapphire, which is, again, the foundation to go to Diamond. Now, here's the question that everybody wants to know. What if someone doesn't get their 2? Okay, so here's your brick 1. Here's your second builder. He gets going, and his clock runs out. Okay? Now, the sponsor is going to have the authority and ability to do a one-time reset. One time, okay? There's going to be very strict rules in how we do this. But let's just say that it runs out again and they're not able to do it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take them out of the view. And that second builder is now going to become a freelance builder. All of this is going to go back to gray. And what happens is your position now turns yellow. You've got to get another person. So now you're in jeopardy. If this is your first brick, okay, then yes, you are now in jeopardy. Your clock is going to start over. But if you have a third or fourth brick, let's say, your sponsor is going to know this, and they're going to know that you're not somebody that has to be removed. We can get into a discussion about that later, but this is what's going to happen. Well, what is this going to look like in the Jeunesse binary view? Okay, so here's your second builder, right? We go over here. He doesn't do it. It's not that he's a bad person or anything like that. We're not kicking people out. Okay, don't take that as what that is. They're now a freelance builder. Can they get back into it? Yes. If they get their second person, we can allow them to come back in. They're just not going to come back in this position. They may be in the 4th or 5th position by the time they get their second person. Okay, so what happens now? This second builder just becomes a freelance builder. Okay. So there's another issue that could arise from this. What if that person that their clock ran out, when they put their first person in, he went ahead and got his 2 before this guy got his second person. What happens then? Well, let me ask you a question. does this guy staying in complete your brick? No, he does not, because your brick is you and your two people, right? So it doesn't make sense that this guy would stay here. You've got to get your second person in and have them get their two. Now, does that mean this guy's kicked out completely out of the, no, he's still in. He's got his brick 1 done. He's working on brick 2. He's in. He may not even need his sponsor's help. His sponsor may have quit and they're just, they don't want to do it anymore. So we take that guy out. He's still involved, but he's just not in your view. Okay. That's the key. We want your people in your view, brick 1, brick 2, on down the road like that. Okay. Now, I put this here so I would remember to talk about this. So here's what's going to happen. There's going to be a reset of the app. Once we get all of this in place, there's going to be a reset. And what's going to happen is, let me get out of this view real quick. What's going to happen is this, is you are all, everybody that we know to be builders are going to call each one of their personals and reaffirm that they are a builder, because there's going to be some criteria that they have to agree to, which we've talked about, 150 CV, credit card for 12 months, that they can do all this. They're going to commit to being a builder. So we're going to reaffirm everybody and make sure that we have the right people in our bricks, and we're going to move forward from there. So I don't think I left anything out. Tony, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Thank you all for letting me share this with you. I hope this has brought a little bit of clarity as to how everything is separate, in what we're doing. So thank you.
Thank you, Chris, very much. We appreciate that. One thing that you do is make things very simple and easy to understand, and that is not even to mention the fact that you have a very excellent voice, and I'm a person who does radio, and it's like, do you even know you've got a radio voice? Well, you do, and that's a great voice. So thank you so much. You did a great job. Now, for everybody who's listening, I want to tell you of 2 important things. Today at midnight is the last day for the $1 enrollments. So instead of them being $29.95, they've been $1, but that will end tonight. So if you've got anybody on your list, if you've got bottles of juice out, today is the last day to get them in on that really special deal. Secondly, you may have heard, if you did listen to the live stream, that there is currently a contest for everyone to win. This contest is to a retreat. We're basically taking you all on a retreat to a Georgia estate that has 3 cabins on it, and I believe it's 176 acres, and we're currently working on the list of activities, but I can tell you I've seen the preliminary, and of course this is going to have your top leaders there, and our top leader is Kevin Gazier. He is a double diamond in the business, and of course Tony and I will be there, and Brigham Lita. So you really want to do your best to, put your nose to the grindstone, get as many bottles out, pre-qualify your best people on the list, because this contest is going to give us 2 full days. We're going to arrive on a Friday night. It's December 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we're going to arrive on Friday. We're going to have a dinner that night, champagne toast, etc., for that night's activities. And then Saturday, there's a whole day planned, which I can't go into those details. And we'll be leaving on Sunday, but there is evening stuff happening on the Sunday before we leave. But this is an opportunity to get together with the top people in the company to build and create memories that we will be sharing for days, weeks, months, and years to come. This is the first big deal that we can win. And how do we do it? We have to hit Sapphire Elite. We have 3 months to do it: September, October, and November, because of course the trip is going to be December 6th, 7th, and 8th. How do you become a Sapphire? You need to have 12 personally enrolled executives, as Janess calls it, or stars, as we call it. And you need to have 3 of them in each leg. So you need 12 stars with at least 3 in each leg. The key to Sapphire Elite is accumulating 100 commission cycles. We're not going into what that means right now on this particular call. You're going to need to consult your upline and keep going upline to your highest leaders to explain what that really is for you. We're going to be promoting this contest as often as we get. A flyer is currently being made with all the particular details so you know what to work for and why you're working for it. It also, most importantly, many of you may come from, further away than like Tony and I are in Florida, and many people are in Florida right now, but each position that qualifies for this contest will receive a $500 travel bonus. So if it's a husband and a wife, such as, I'll say Marty and Jen or Jeff and Melanie, whoever it is, that's going to be one $500 travel bonus, whether you're flying or driving or whatever it is. So again, basically you're going to start your engines today. The contest begins tomorrow. So you want to start, laying your bricks right now, building your foundation. Again, Sapphire Elite is the goal. 12 personally enrolled stars with 3 in each leg. That is the task. That is what we're shooting for. So with that, we are going to officially end this training call. Remember, you will be able to access it on the R3 Global Facebook page and the R3 Global YouTube channel. Make sure that you have liked the page and subscribed to the channel. And with that, this is Tony and Sherry McKnight and Chris King. We are officially out for this Saturday. Go out and make it happen. Bye-bye.